This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
It is Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie for your Friday podcast. Today we're talking about gaming. I mean, is there a future for kids in gaming? Unfortunately, the amount of money that the top gamers are getting, you can't say no to your kids if they want to become a full-time gamer.
No, but it's like one in how many people?
That's the thing. Everyone's gaming. You want to be able to make money out of it. How do you become successful?
It's like professional sport or getting into music as well, isn't it, Kate? You can't say no to them.
If it's their passion, you've got to follow your passion.
I agree.
Do you know?
Send them to university.
That's another option, Kate.
I'm trying to tell my son that being in front of a screen is not good for you, and then I find out that a guy has just broken the Guitar Hero world record.
Okay.
This is going to blow your mind. You'll hear it in the podcast.
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I do love to travel. You got some travel music for me there, Jess?
Where are you taking us this morning, buddy?
No, I want to talk about
Darwin?
Torbjorn Peterson is his name. He's from Copenhagen, and in 2013... he wanted to become the first person to visit all 195 countries without flying. So he took off in 2013. His objective? To do it in 4 years.
Okay.
He's only just arrived back in Copenhagen 6 years later than he expected. It took him 10 years.
But has he done it?
He has done it.
Without flying?
Has not flown at all.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. Cars, trains, buses, taxis, boats, shipping containers, and his own feet. He said a majority of it was my own feet.
Just foot falconer.
420,000 kilometres. Torbjorn.
Mate, it'd be like you're on tour. Like, you'd never get to soak up any city you were in because you'd know that the next day, I'm already 2 years over schedule, the next day I'd have to be on my feet again heading to another country.
Well, the rule was that he had to spend at least 24 hours in each town.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You roll in, you wake up, you do the day and you're gone.
So he started by riding a train from Denmark to Germany. He said he spent at least 24 hours in every country. He often rented a bed in a dormitory or a hostel or found a host on the app Couchsurfing. He aimed to spend only $30 a day. Well, you would, because you'd be like, you're not working unless you're sticking around and working somewhere.
I'm glad that 24 hours is in there because you would think you could get on a train in Europe and just keep going and knock off the whole continent.
In May 2014, Torbjorn said he rowed a boat in poor conditions from Iceland past icebergs during a storm before the boat arrived in Canada 12 days later. Peterson said that was one of the closest to death I was. I thought it was going to crash and sink. He also was travelling through an African jungle at night and encountered a group of men drinking and dancing to loud music. So he went over there and started dancing himself.
With speed in the leg.
Next thing you know, he had 3 guns in his face.
But a great dancer.
He said I was seconds from dying on that one as well.
If you're in customs, right, and he gets back to Australia, and they look at his passport and he's got 193 stamps, do they go, mate, what have you been doing? What are you shifting? What are you selling?
Yeah.
Why are you on the go, mate? Why are you on the run? You are on the run.
Well, he's not at the airport.
I suppose not. It's not at the airport. But he's still got to cross borders. I mean, when he came back into Australia, how did he get to Australia?
Yeah.
How did he get to Australia?
Well, this is the...
He got a ship. That's his shipping container.
That's his shipping container.
Right, so he pulled in at the dockyards, and then he's got to get his stamp.
There's no encounters from Australia here, which is disappointing.
I'm calling shonk.
That is an amazing effort. By yourself, 10 years travelling, didn't catch one plane.
Yep.
Walking around, catching trains.
Tommy, get him on the show.
You bet.
I don't trust him. I don't believe him.
Sure,
I've got a couple of questions.
Imagine how hard would it be going back to everyday life, getting a job?
But I reckon also the hardest part is turning up in a new country and introducing yourself as Torbjorn when you've got so many different languages.
His old man Torbjorn him a new one. You know what I mean?
I see where you've gone.
Yeah, see what I've done there?
It's a good attempt. It's Friday.
You could go to the gym or do the shopping, or you could go to work.
But what if you went in a beachier direction?
You're only a what if away from a holiday with the What If app.
Book accommodation, flights, packages and more.
What if it's Aussie for travel? A really tough conversation that I'm having with our youngest son at the moment, who it's really hard for a parent who I never grew up with video games, trying to tell a kid that there's not a future in gaming. But you know what? Unfortunately, Ryan, there is.
Yeah.
But you don't want to teach your kid to put in long hours in front of the screen.
No, put all your energy and efforts
It's
and
hard.
interest into, just
Exactly.
head down, not really communicating with people, but
Yes.
apparently you are.
But the question is, what do we know? I mean, what do we know is the future for the kids? I mean, my boys now they're starting YouTube channels. They love their gaming.
Yeah.
They love all of this. They're their heroes. Mr. Beast is the hero. It's not the footy player.
No.
You know
Who's
what I
the
mean?
pretzel guy?
Yeah, there's a
Paisley or
yeah.
Presley?
Well, just, even...
Presley
Yeah,
playing a game.
yeah.
Do you know what? Even just, with Twitch is another one. People watching other people play video games. Where do you get enjoyment out of that? But, so at the moment, I'm trying to say to him, look, you can only get a certain amount of screen time. We don't even have Xboxes. We don't have PlayStations. He's just on his iPad, right?
Yep.
But then I see stuff like this.
Yeah, this guy's awesome.
I'm about to show you this guy, Kate. It's taken him 530 attempts to break the Guitar Hero world record. So there's one level that I don't think anybody's done. Or this guy's done
300%.
I think he's done it quicker than anyone else, right? 530 attempts. Now, have a listen how fast his fingers go. I'll show you the video, and here's the audio. That's not sped up. That's real.
Are you serious?
Yep.
What's that doing to his brain?
Listen to him at the end. Listen to him when he gets it, Kate, how pumped he is.
Let's go!
Let's go.
Let's effing go. I tell you what, life in the fast lane. He's how many attempts for that?
530 attempts.
On Guitar Hero.
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Guys, I just want to wish a happy birthday to my 14-year-old Houston yesterday. It was his birthday.
Huey!
On the 17th.
Yep, on the 17th of August, yes. What's wrong? Oh, what's that?
Well, it was May's birthday yesterday too.
No way! Didn't know. You didn't tell us
Birthday
that.
pairing. Compliments
about
to
it.
you, Ryan. We saw Huey the other day. He's a fine young gentleman.
Isn't he?
He really is.
Lovely manners.
Well done, BJ.
That's what he portrays to you guys when he
Oh,
gets
right.
home. He is the devil. No, he's not. But you know what? Unfortunately, it did end with a bit of an argument last night.
Oh, no.
Because I didn't know this, but Mum brought out the cake that Huey requested for his birthday. Mm-hmm. And then there was an argument that followed over the best ice cream birthday cake of all time.
Oh, God, here we go.
Of all time.
Get ugly, did it?
So Huey and Lenny were against Dad on this one, but they think that the Freddo ice cream cake is better than Viennetta. And I had to sit them both down and go, if you're going to live in this house and tell me that some basic Freddo ice cream cake is better than the layers and layers of vanilla French ice cream that you get with the ice magic in between, you need to leave the house and go and fend for yourself.
I don't think anything is French if they're putting ice magic on it.
Well, it's French vanilla.
Can I
French
jump in,
vanilla,
mate? And I
okay.
don't want to start a fight now. After 12 years of doing this show, I don't want to fall out. But I think the Sara Lee ice cream cake is the best you can
Is
get for
Sarah Lee still going?
Sara Lee, oh, yeah.
Oh, they do a great just a vanilla
Cereal?
vanilla ice cream.
Mate, they do your layered ice cream cake. So it's like a Neapolitan. You've got all your flavours and you're about $8 at the supermarket.
No, Viennettas. You cannot argue with anybody that
cracked it. Here he
Viennetta
goes.
is not the best ice cream cake ever of all time.
Viennetta, I would have thought. Well, when I was younger, I thought that you, if you were eating Viennetta, you were one of two things. You were really, really rich.
Yep.
Or you were an adult. So Viennetta was
I
never
agree.
for the kids. Sometimes you might go to your friend's house
Too
for
fancy.
a barbecue.
It's fancy,
and
yeah.
the kids might get a scoop of that stuff that's not even ice cream, but
Yeah, Neapolitan.
Buller's ice cream,
Buller's great
isn't
ice
it?
cream,
Oh,
yeah.
they do lots of things.
Nice and
Sour
creamy.
cream. The Neapolitan
Yes.
or whatever it is.
Yep, that no one ate the strawberry.
You get a scoop of that, and then the adults have after dinner mints and a slice of Viennetta.
Do you know what, though, Kate Ritchie? We went to Big Mama's the other day at the restaurant. And,
Oh, lovely.
And
Christine has a name.
and when we got to dessert, I said to them, "Can I have 2 scoops of strawberry ice cream in a cone, please?"
They said yes, and that'll be $69.70.
Whatever the number is.
2
You choose
scoops
one.
of strawberry. Who are you?
No, they are wonderful there.
And it was beautiful. And it was just waffle cone.
2 basic scoops?
And 2 basic scoops.
Can I just say one thing before we go to Claudia?
Please, Kate.
This
Here
might
we
even
go.
cause a bigger argument. No to ice cream cakes altogether.
Oh, give me a break.
Get out.
I'm sorry, but I'm not a big... cakes are overrated for me. I'm sorry, but cakes are overrated. And Kate, I'm sorry to say this and to do this live
don't
on
you
air,
dare.
but you brought in a citrus cake last week and I didn't rate it at all.
Do you know what he's been calling you behind your back? Cake Richie. Cake
You did
Richie.
like the cake. Or were you pretending that you liked the cake?
You said it was dry.
No,
it was
the
the
moist.
most.
I'll give you...
Please don't use that word and point at me with your fingers. I think that was a very wet cake.
Too rich. It was
Rich.
way too rich.
You're
It was too much.
You're throwing. You know what? You strike me as a guy that doesn't know
she's
anything
not
about
happy.
cakes
She's not
because
happy.
you're throwing the word rich
Kate.
around like you know stuff
Kate.
about
She's
cakes.
lost it.
But if you can never call a citrus cake rich, can you, Tommy? You back me up on this.
No, that was
No.
beautiful
Kate-
citrus. Get sucked
loved
into
Cake
Back
Richie.
me up.
I loved it. I loved
You
it.
loved in it.
I loved it, and it made me feel happy in my panties.
Oh, it was an American Pie scene. Can we go to Claudia in Richmond? Claude, can you please... What is the best ice cream cake for a kid's birthday party?
Well, while we all love an ice cream cake, I am on team mud cake.
Oh, give me
Mud
a
cake
break.
for a kid's party, squished all over their little
What a
faces.
mess.
Yeah, it's great for the
Take
photos
their
too. Yeah, no.
Photos.
You're doing that for
You know,
Instagram, Claudia.
No, but there's no pressure. You can't do ice cream cake at a kid's party because you've got to light the
No.
candles and have photos. Everything
No.
starts
Yeah,
melting.
It's got to be a firm, solid base for that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always moist, though, a
Totally.
mud cake, isn't it?
don't-
But you know
Very
what?
moist.
Not always.
It's rich. It's a party pleaser. Everyone loves it.
Yeah.
While there's no such thing as a bad dessert, you know, I will say Fitzy, Viennetta is something your grandma serves.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I'm doing a lot of apple crumble at the moment, if anybody's interested.
Boring.
I'm going to make sticky date next
Are
week.
you?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Could you do it
I
in your
love
Dutch?
No, you stay out of it. No more dessert for you,
Could you do it in your
Fitzgerald.
Dutch oven?
Cake Richie is back.
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Have you ever had your house broken into where they've stolen something strange?
Yes.
No, not from me, but I know that your underpants have been stolen recently. Well, the crotch has. Was that someone breaking into the house?
What are you talking about?
Oh, your dog.
That was the dog.
Sorry, it's the dog.
It doesn't matter how hard I lock the door.
Yeah.
The criminal or the you
Possibly
know,
the dog.
the person lives on the inside.
Oh, so they've got inside knowledge, Kate.
Not of my.
You're not going to fit
Out
a
of
dog in there.
No,
Have
the
we
dog.
got time to get that into out of context,
Annie.
Kate, for the week?
Annie, come out here.
No,
Stop hiding in
what
there.
I mean is, Annie lives in the house, so I can shut the front gate or lock the door, and she's already in there.
Lock it up.
Well, just on that, Kate, real story, true story. We used to live on a street
Useless
called
Crescent.
Eustace Crescent,
Yep.
which we called Useless Crescent. Got broken into 3 times in a month.
No way.
One time, ransacked, whole place ransacked. I came home from school and I'm freaking out thinking they're still in there. The only thing that they took, ransacked the whole place, was Mum's lingerie. How creepy is
Tommy,
that?
did you ever give that back?
I was waiting for someone to jump in with that lame old joke.
Sorry about
He
that.
wasn't my first choice in the lineup either,
Oh,
Tom. There was
God.
another. There was,
Who was
a
the other
middle-aged-
girl there?
There was a middle-aged librarian there, and I said, "That is her."
Yeah. Weird thing is he's still wearing them.
The-
Good on you, Tammy.
Are we finishing here, or do you want me to continue with a story that's
Continue.
very unrelated to what the stuff that we've just spoken about?
Yeah.
Because I've started with things that people stole from your house. This story
Oh,
is nothing like that.
Oh, well, what did you start with that for?
It is to do with someone thieving something, but now I don't have the confidence to back it in.
Come on, go for it.
When I read this story, I was like, whoa, that is crazy. Because
Oh, no.
Oh, it's lame now.
What is it?
This is in the UK. But, okay, tell me if you would think this was weird if this is what someone was stealing. There's a guy running around Essex or somewhere. Can you help me out when I tell you the punchline? And he is going up to babies in the street and they're in their prams and he's just stealing their dummies out of their mouths and taking them home.
Weird. Really weird. Nothing to do with my story.
What a segue.
That is.
But is that weird to you?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So's
I'm
this.
so glad it's Friday.
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Maddie's given us a call from Penrith. What do you want to talk about, Mads?
So I want to talk about how Britney's decided to go and buy herself a horse in the wake of her divorce.
Has she?
And I'm like, yeah, so on her Insta yesterday, instead of talking about her new divorce, she was like, I'm going to go and buy a horse.
Divorce or a horse? What would you do? Great radio segment.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, is this the way I finally get alpacas? Like, do I just need to divorce my husband?
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. Tell me, has
And what
anyone done that in
you guys
commercial?
get?
I'd get the horse for sure. You can ride out of town.
A lot of people do the celebration, don't they? The divorce party.
Yeah, or you go and buy a nice piece of jewellery or a watch or something like that to represent the time that was. And
It's not a bad idea. I mean, if she's got access to her money now, it would be great. Is it a racehorse as well, or is this one that she's just...
Maccabi Diva.
Hey, chuck her in the Melbourne Cup too.
Yes.
I don't know how good Britney is at normal life, to be honest.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm just not sure
can
she's
you
nailing
say
all.
that?
I just got a good read on people, and I don't reckon she is really getting normal life.
I disagree. I think she yearns for a normal life. She doesn't have a normal life.
That's what she thought she could handle, and unfortunately we've seen time and time again. My concern for Britney is huge. When there was the Free Britney campaign about her dad being in charge of all finances and care for Britney, maybe he needs to step back in, man. Maybe the carer needs to come forward and
just leave Britney alone. Jules in Avalon, what did you want to talk about, Jules?
Morning, Fitzy and Porky. How you going?
That's great.
Thanks, Jules. Let's talk to Tracy in Camden.
No, Jules, I'm giving her the time.
Oh, what did you want to say besides the
good on you,
badge?
Fitzy.
Huh?
Fitzy, I get up at 3:45 every morning to take my daughter to squad training for 6 mornings a week. So I'm just wondering what you guys are doing for yours on the weekend.
Okay, so how
I'm
many...
too fat to move, aren't I, Jules?
How many... Which is fair. Wait, how many hours does she get in the pool in the morning, Jules?
So they usually do about 2.5 in the morning, probably about a total of 20 a week.
Oh, my gosh. And then so she goes after school again as well?
Yeah. So she leaves home at 3:45, goes straight to squad, from squad to school, school to squad, and then gets home about 8 o'clock tonight.
She got any records, Jules?
Yep. She got a few records.
What's she got?
What's her pet event?
Her main event is middle distance backstroke, so 200 backstroke.
Good on
but
her.
we'll go out to open water, 7.5k open water freestyle.
Oh, wow.
as well.
That's huge.
Can I just say, Jules, it's not just the performance that she's doing in the pool.
Don't pay Jules a compliment.
No, I'm saying that the resilience that you're teaching your young child here to get up at that time and to go and train hard, that is...
It's huge, isn't it?
You would think that your daughter is going to grow up to be a very strong woman, Jules.
Yeah, I think swimming teaches them far much more than swimming, as you say. It's about resilience, discipline, commitment. And she's in year 11 and accelerating half the year 12 forward. It's you've got to be driven.
Jules, I had nothing in common with your daughter. Hey, good news though. If swimming doesn't work out, she's ready for breakfast radio.
Yeah.
That's right. She is conditioned.
Good work.
Let's hope she doesn't
Love
end
that,
up fat.
Jules. Send her all our best. Tracy in Camden, what do you want to talk about, Trace?
I called you a while back about my daughter volunteering for the Women's World Cup.
Oh, that's
And
right,
she-
Trace.
She was given a semi-final ticket.
Yes. How did she go?
So she was about 4 rows from the front, behind the goal. All volunteers, but mostly all Australia. Obviously, all Australian volunteers.
Trace,
But
Trace, can I ask, was she down the end where Sam Kerr kicked her goal? Oh, she's cut
She
now.
said it was absolutely phenomenal.
Okay.
Oh, Trace, thanks for checking in with us. Your line keeps breaking up. You know what I kept thinking too,
she
Fitz?
was, yes.
That ball, right? That ball, Sam's boots, the jersey. Like, it's going to
Have
end up
you-
at a charity auction somewhere.
Did anyone see the photo that was taken of the ball going just
Amazing
past the
shot.
goalie?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen
So
that.
the goalie is in midair. She's horizontal to the ground, parallel
Yep,
to the
yep.
ground. She's got a hand out and she's looking back at the ball, and the ball's just gone past her. It is one
Awesome.
of the best shots.
Awesome.
That's obvious. Is that a camera up in the
Yeah,
goals?
so they have a it looks like a GoCam sort of camera, but probably slightly higher definition, strapped into the corner of the goal for every match of the World Cup. And it
Amazing.
just so happened that she was perfectly located. But people think it's a Photoshop
Do they?
photo
It's that perfect?
because it is that exact milli moment
It's
of
amazing.
perfection.
Tommy, can we get that and chuck it up on the Fitzy, Wippa, K. Ritchie socials?
Yeah, we'll do that now.
It's one of the greatest photos of all time.
Love that.
What
are we gonna do?
Well, I love Jules. Jules's commitment.
Jules called me fat.
Getting up at 3:30 every morning for a daughter. Jules,
Don't
you're
clap.
going to the Penfolds event. Congratulations.
Woo! Thank you so much.
No worries,
Good on you,
I'll bring
Jules.
you home some cheese, Wippa.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best way forward, Jules.
Venture Beyond by Penfolds. It returns to Carriage Works Friday 18th and 19th of August with performances from Example, Sweet Mix Kids. Tickets available at penfolds.com.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Kate, what have you got today? Because you've been on fire.
I have. What a lot of great content I brought to the show on a Friday.
Not
Yeah,
about a
I
guy
know.
stealing dummies again, is it?
No, this is an equally interesting story that I'm really going to need your support on.
Yeah.
Has this ever happened to you?
Oh, sounds relatable.
Yes, please.
Okay, can you please
I
help me?
got you.
When I read this story, and I know I don't need to give you the whole backstory, but I want you to know, I'm new to this show. I want you to know how my brain works when I'm
okay.
content munching of an evening.
What makes Kate Ritchie tick as she content munches?
Has anyone ever done this to you? You know, when I've always heard these stories about, how can I get back at someone? After they've broken up or they've done something untoward to you. And I would hear these stories about, I put their phone number on the, can you help me?
Oh,
Yeah,
like
what on?
as in
Yeah.
like
Somebody,
a
like,
ringtone or a warning.
I'm going to sign you up for, in the old days, this is how you got back at
Yes.
people. I'm going to sign you up for Reader's Digest.
Yes.
Or put someone's
Or-
car in the paper for sale.
Yes.
With their
Or
number.
Public toilets for a good time. Ring this number.
Yeah.
Oh, have you ever done that?
Yeah, I've done it.
Have
And you
you
get
called the
plenty of
number?
Let me tell you get plenty of calls.
You're not meant to put your own number on there,
Thank you,
Fitz.
mate. That's how we met.
But you wouldn't say call for a good time. You'd say call for an okay time that you might remember briefly, but in years to come,
Okay, quick
won't.
time.
How about this? This lovely little restaurant. This is out of the UK as well. They open Vietnamese, very good food. It's their opening night. They've printed up all their menus and they've put them. They've done a letterbox drop. Oh no! Guess what's happened?
What?
They've put the wrong phone number on the menus.
Have they?
And the poor get ready for an out or a
Yeah,
song
here
or
we go.
something. And
Whose number is it though? Tell us more.
Exactly, it's a dad from England, and oh no, he just keeps getting heaps of phone calls. I'm sorry.
That is a great story, Kate.
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I can't shake my face like that when it's riddling because it wobbles.
You're just nervous about it, aren't you? 'Cause
About the
you-
riddles.
You
I'm
take
very
a game
good.
very seriously.
Because I like to win. I don't win anything anymore apart from coming in and doing breakfast with you guys every day.
And my heart.
Yeah.
Here we go, guys. We're going to start with an easy one. Are we ready to go? You use a knife to slice my head and weep inside when I am dead. What am I?
Orange?
Onion.
Onion's correct.
You know what? Thank you for saying I'm doing well because I'm a confidence player.
You are.
Look at me go.
You're a big game player too. Here we go.
She's got a possession early. She's off. Look at her go.
Oh my God, one bounce. I have two eyes, but cannot see. I'm hot when cold, both red and green. What am I?
Oh my goodness.
A traffic light.
No.
We did this in the car the other day.
What do you mean? Did you been playing riddle time without me?
Yeah, that's what I mean with my daughter. She's
have
been
you been
doing
riddling?
this. A button.
Oh, no.
A button.
You really yelled into the microphone.
Oh, no. What was it?
I have two eyes, but cannot see. I'm hot when cold, both red and green. Tom's thinking.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's not like a kettle or something. Is it?
You have been riddled, all three of you. Have a look at you.
Oh, it's something with the letters I.
Yeah.
Two I's.
Ryan
eyes
James
in
is
there.
ticking well. Ryan James is having a bit of a sniff around it.
Two eyes and no C, so the word doesn't have a C in it, I'm guessing.
It does.
Ice.
Okay.
One more time.
Sure, thank you for the opportunity to share. I have two eyes but cannot see. I'm hot and cold, both red and green.
Nice. It's not nice.
No,
is
it's
it?
not nice. No. Think about it.
This
I'll give
is
you another clue.
mortifying.
You eat them.
Grapes.
No.
No, it's got two eyes in
Apples.
it, Kate.
No. You're doing well with your red and green. I can see where you've come from,
A
maybe.
watermelon.
No.
No, it's got two eyes in it, Kate.
Don't yell at me.
I'm hot when I'm cold.
Chili.
Oh,
Chili.
chili pepper.
Katie Ritchie.
That's not my name.
2 from 2. Well done.
Can she get the hat trick, guys?
Oh, my
Let's hope so. I'm trying.
Can I do it quickly? Is what you're thinking,
I've
Tommy?
just checked. I've just checked PointsBet, and yes, she's $1.80 to get the third.
Here we go. Birds flying high put a lump in your throat. Don't believe my lies or they'll sink your boat. What are we talking about?
An anchor.
No. It's one word that links them all together. Birds flying high. A lump in your throat. Don't believe my lies or they'll sink your boat.
The letter Y?
No.
Is it a letter?
No.
Is it sugar?
Tough.
No.
Tough riddles today, Whip.
We're making you think, Tom.
This will be an interesting
flying
answer.
this will
I'm
be
looking
good.
forward to that.
I'm waiting for it, mate.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
when I
waiting
get
for
home,
it.
when I find
Lump
out
in
who
your
put
throat.
Yeah.
Frog.
Crying.
Frog.
Birds flying high, but a lump in your throat.
Yeah.
Don't believe my lies, or they'll sink your boat.
I think I know it.
What?
Is it swallow?
Yes, it is!
Get riddle with us.
Swallow is obviously the bird, and then the lump in your throat, and then the sinking of a boat.
How does it sink a boat?
Or you swallowed.
swallows it.
The water
Oh,
consumes the
swallowed by
boat.
the
Oh
water.
my God! Well done. 3 from 3, Kate Ritchie. Could she do 4 from 4? Mandy and Mascot. What's the riddle you've got?
My riddle is, what lives in winter, dies in summer, and grows with its root at the top?
Swallow? No.
It's root
No.
at the
A
top.
carrot. Oh no, the root
No.
is the carrot.
Is it an actual vegetable or something, Mandy, or no?
No, it's not a veg. It's not a food.
Is it ice?
Icicle!
Is that right?
What is it? Ice.
Oh, icicle.
Icicle. Oh, the root is
In the pond.
Thank you, love.
Yes, you saucy minx, Mandy.
Oh, thank you, love.
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
See, Tom, I don't even know what's coming up on the show. Is there a rap or something coming up?
Yeah, wrap up of the week is coming up after 8, guys. Jimmy Rees is in.
I love Jimmy.
Who you know from Instagram. He was Jimmy Giggle,
Yep.
Giggle and Hoot, and then big over COVID. But I just needed to mention something that happened in last week's wrap, guys.
Oh, last week.
Last week we had Elmo and Abby Cadabby in from Sesame Street.
You're not
which
going to
was,
give away that they're puppets, are you?
well, how dare you? Which was
Don't speak like that.
Sorry.
which was a wonderful moment. However, some of our listeners have brought something to our attention. Now, you boys rapped against Elmo and Abby Cadabby. Here's a little bit of Whip doing his rap with Elmo or against Elmo.
Stop! Hey, Sesame Street, good luck keeping up with this fast speed. Look at you, a couple of Muppets, and Fitzy and I, we're as lazy as sock puppets. That's good.
Yeah, good lyrics. Feedback's pretty strong.
Cool.
However, one of our listeners has pointed out, Darren from Hornsby, he's pointed out that there were some big similarities between last week's rap and a rap from 2 years ago when Cookie Monster and Abby Cadabby were in the studio. Can I please put this in as Exhibit A?
Stop! Hey, Sesame Street, good luck keeping up with this fast beat. Look at you, a couple of Muppets, Fitzy and I, as lazy as sock puppets.
You are such a...
That is identical.
So you're using Chat GPT and using old raps.
Now,
regurgitating old...
Did you think no one would notice?
Reimagined.
And can I add, it wasn't just one verse. Here's another verse from last week.
It's been a long time since Tickle Me Elmo. I was learning the ABC this time a day ago.
Great.
What's going on with your best mate, Big Bird?
And let's
Is it Fitzy in an
compare
outfit?
that
That's
now
what I
to
heard.
last year with Cookie Monster.
Hey, where's Elmo? I was learning my ABC this time a day ago. What's going on with Big Bird? Is it really Fitzy?
Oh,
That's what I heard. Do you need a new friend on Sesame Street? Someone you
What a
really
pity.
should meet.
And you know what? I didn't think you would be copying because you were really bad last week. So it's not as though you've done it before.
It wasn't like it was groundbreaking.
It was awful.
Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.